News, views, voices of the global Indian community. India Abroad.
Hello everyone, my name is attorney Hardam Tripathi. I'm speaking to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Very proud to be here in this great state, and we're looking forward to having an amazing convention. I'm actually originally from Lakeland, Florida. Culturally, I'm from India, Junagadh in Gujarat. We're happy to have that representation here with respect to our populace in the great state of Florida. And we're also happy to be here today because we are representing our Florida delegation from Polk County specifically. And we just want to make sure that we are here today to continue to push forth the good values that are ultimately being addressed here at the actual convention. We're going to see a vice president, the president himself after that assassination attempt. And we're going to see a lot of patriots that are here today who are really just trying to push their best foot forward, make sure that we continue to have a good agenda with respect to ultimately free enterprise, ultimately patriotism, ultimately make sure we have safety and back to rule of law and order. So very happy to be a part of this group. Just want to briefly introduce myself, and we're happy to be here today. Thank you. Yes, sir. So great question. Like I said, I'm here as an alternate delegate. If given the opportunity, I may be on the floor actually as the delegate, but we're here actually to come together from all walks of life. We have people all the way here from Guam, we have people all the way from Hawaii, we have people from the Virgin Islands. We're all Americans and patriots that really want to see the best foot forward again, right? We want to see Donald Trump be elected. We want to see his vice president, who he may choose literally this coming couple of days. We're pretty excited for it. But ultimately, we want to see the rule of law be maintained. So one big thing we're seeing all across the country, I'm an immigration attorney. We're seeing a lot of issues with rule of law issues across the border. We're also seeing a lot of things going on with fellow citizens across the United States who are dealing with issues with their economics. We're seeing issues with their safety. We're having prices go up for literally everything. And if you look at inflation, you look at economics, you see Joe Biden and the current administration push forward a lot of different policies that are really just hurting the average American consumer. And it's also hurting businesses. I believe as a community, we are a nation of immigrants, we're a nation of businesses. We all want to do well for our community. But the problem we're having is the policies. That's why I'm really here, is honestly the policies are not advantageous to the American people. And I feel like a country that's supposed to really help immigrants, help people come here, I'm looking at it from that angle. If we are a nation of immigrants, if we are a nation that comes together patriotically, and we love business, and a capitalist society that we live in, then why are we having policies that are being promulgated not only through Congress, but also through the executive? And ultimately, thank God with the Supreme Court and all the policies being done, but ultimately you need a president, a strong leader who's going to not be scared of ultimately going out of their way to make Americans' lives worse, right? They want to make them better. And the problem we're having is the current administration just isn't doing that. Personally speaking, my family has struggled as a result of this, just like my neighbors and a lot of other fellow Americans. I mean, we see it day to day. In an Uber ride that you could take, talk to your Uber driver, talk to your neighbor, talk to people across this community, and you will see that they are struggling. And the reason why is the economics, the policies that are being pushed are just not helping the average American. And that's why I'm here. I want to make sure that we all come together, we're united, and we can show that we have a good front to combat what's going on in this country. It's going to have a very diverse impact. I've actually had conversations with people that are saying that they're not going to be silent anymore. They're actually here to speak up now. At the end of the day, they've tried to really defame this president, former president of the United States, 45th president. They've tried to defame him. They've put him through various trials. They've put him through hell and back, honestly. And imagine if that was you. I mean, imagine if that was your family. This person could have easily done whatever he wanted to in terms of his career and what he's been. He's a big real estate mogul, businessman. But at the end of the day, if you really look at it, he's protecting the American liberties and freedoms that we value here in America. And the reason why that assassination was so wrong, I don't think that at any point or any time is political violence even a safe haven. It's something that should not even be discussed or done, no matter what side of the aisle you're on. Political violence has zero place in this constitutional republic. At the end of the day, do it at the ballot box. Talk to your people. We may have political differences, but work together for the common good for future generations. But if you're unable to do that and you want to shoot somebody because you don't agree with their political opinions, that is not the right way. It turns into a banana republic. It turns into something where we're better than that as a community, as a republic, and as citizenry. And as soon as you put political violence in there, as soon as you start hating your political opponent to a point where you want to murder them because of the media and everything else that may go on, people will say things in the media. It happens. But at the same time, we have to be tempered. We have to understand that other discourse is also needed. We are a nation where we value differing opinions. And at the end of the day, if you resort to violence, that is not what our founding fathers had ever thought. That is not what we want to be as a nation, and that's not good for the citizenry. So at the end of all of it, it's going to have huge implications here in these great United States. It's going to wake up a beast of people. You thought back in 2016, the silent majority. Well, now you're seeing something in 2024. People are waking up. There's communities of color, communities of different walks of life that are understanding that Biden's policies, at the end of the day, it's a policy-based issue. Policies that are currently being implemented are not working, and ultimately, trying to assassinate a president is not the way to go. At the end of the day, I just want to say one thing, though. It creates so much. It creates a ripple effect. Congress has to get involved. Briefings go on. You have Secret Services doing their gosh darn best. Right? I mean, if you just look at this convention, there's so many checkpoints. There's only so much people can do, and the government can do. But at the end of the day, we as a society have to learn and understand that this is not the way to move forward. So long story short, this is going to have really huge implications. I believe this is going to cause a huge electoral wave that you're going to see in 2024, coming in November. And you're actually going to see people speaking up that normally would have not, because they also understand as part of the citizenry that political violence is not a thing that anyone should do just because you have differing opinions. Absolutely, and I get that a lot. As an Indian American, as someone who is Indian, I can attest that a lot of Indians here came to these great United States as immigrants. Your parents worked very hard to get here. Your ancestors came here maybe in the 70s, 80s. We have Indian Americans from all walks of life, all the way from North India, South India, West India, East India, and everywhere else. One big thing I've never understood, honestly, is how can someone with a business-minded concept or as a culture vote for people who are going to put policies that are going to raise taxes, that's going to make your life difficult from a regulatory perspective, and not assist your business to grow. As a personal business owner and an attorney who manages my own firm, and having parents and a community and a samaj of people that are very big on pro-business, it just makes economic common sense to vote for Donald J. Trump, because his policies have ultimately showed, geopolitically as well, working with Narendra Modi and the BJP and also other geopolitical countries, you will start to see as an Indian American, this is the future. We want to have better generations, future generations that are going to do better, and if you're going to have policies that are ultimately going to detrimentally affect your business in the hotel industries, the restaurant industries, in the business, CPA and dental and health and law, we're all people from one spirit. If you look at Vande Mataram, or you look at Jana Gana Mana, and you look at the principles that Bhagat Singh and all these other people in our past history have done, they were people who weren't scared to speak up. They were always there to keep pushing on. Even Gandhiji himself was a businessman, and he united a country. And I believe in our era, at this point in 2024, that is that Donald J. Trump and his administration that is only going to ultimately better Indian Americans because they're pro-business and they know better. So I hope that answers your question. At the end of all of it, someone who's business savvy, as the Indian populace is, Donald J. Trump is the only choice that they have to make sure that their families' lives get better, as well as the lives for future generations and their significant others. So I appreciate that question.
Yes, this is my 6th time. I'm so proud that I could make, in spite of my age. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me and to be with you. It's a great honor. Yeah, I started from George W. Bush from New York. Of course, New York, Manhattan is a different animal altogether. We had so much fun, so many operas. This is my 2nd day in Milwaukee. I've been there before, this state, but as a delegate, this is my 2nd day. I still have to experience. This morning we had a Mississippi delegation breakfast. The past governors were there, Haley Barbour, and then the new governor, Tate Reeves, his wife were there. Both the senators were there. Actually, they brought me from a hotel to the convention because they were so close to me. I'm proud to be, I think, only Indian delegate in the convention. Very unfortunate. I think it's the 2nd time he has been tried to be assassinated. He is a tough human being. He will not take no for anything. See, if anybody loses election, he came back in 4 years and he is a presidential candidate. And we are here to vote him to be a candidate for US presidency for the second time. Of course, he tried last time, it didn't happen. I think now he may get some sympathy votes, and even in delegation, they were all for him. I think he has the best chances. And I like President Biden. I worked under his administration, but still, Trump had a better relation with India than any other president in the past. So I'm American, but my heart is in India. So what I can do to India to help to come out of all the things it has history. Mostly we intermingle with other delegates and exchange ideas. How do we bring a president to the victory? The last time convention didn't happen because of COVID, and we were gathered, but the convention was not wonderful or successful convention. I think this will make changes. All the delegates go back and campaign for the president. I think that didn't happen last convention. Since he has been shot, people have got more than 100% of their feeling for him. I'm so sure he's going to win. Not that we hate Biden, but the whole America, we have to go in that flow. They're all for Trump this time. See, the Indians are 80% are Democrats. Only 20% people like me are Republicans. I'm in the party for the last 45 years. I'm the first Indian American in Mississippi to be a part of the Republican Party. I think things are changing. I feel this time he has 55-60% of chance of winning than compared to previous years. The Indian Americans are not very happy. The illegal immigration happening on the border, and inflation, and so many other issues. I think they are waiting for a change.